Alrighty, greetings roller coaster fanatics, here we go. This is probably the one you guys have been waiting for. It's my 15 favorite steel roller coasters that I've been on. I've been on a lot of them this year. This list is also, like the wooden coasters, dramatically changed. And now, let's just jump right into this. I cannot wait to tell you guys. I mean, I've been on a ton of steel coasters. I've been on 120 steel roller coasters, and only 15 are making it. So, trust me on this one. Not every steel roller coaster that you probably like will be on here. So, you have been warned. Here we go. Here are my favorites. These are my personal favorites. It doesn't matter. And I've been kind of saying this as I go along with the wooden ones, with the steel ones, that these are just my personal favorites. This doesn't matter if they're the best or the worst. I mean, you all are going to have your own views of these roller coasters. These are just my favorites to share with you guys, so you guys know. And let's start it off with number 15 in Virginia. We have Apollo's Chariot. This is a great B&M hyper roller coaster that still to this day gives me a lot of airtime, especially towards the ending. I call it a double down, but it's not really. I don't know what you call that element. It's really fun. It's got some great airtime, and the drop is fantastic. I love those coasters so much. Moving on to number 14, we go all the way out to Kentucky for Lightning Run. This is a great roller coaster. I wish more of these were out there because these are really unique, very small, very compact. It's not really intense, but it's butter smooth, lots of airtime, and lots of twistiness, which is always awesome. My only flaw with this is the seats. There's this weird thing that pushes me out, which is kind of uncomfortable on my back, but other than that, still a fun ride. Next up, we go down south to Georgia for number 13, and that is Goliath. This is a fantastic B&M hybrid that proves that stats don't always mean everything. This roller coaster doesn't even have a 200-foot drop. It's just barely 200 feet, but this thing is incredible. The airtime on this thing is nuts, and like with Apollo's Chariot, the ending is insane. It just doesn't let up, and the airtime is fantastic. I love Goliath a lot. Next up for number 12, we head up to Massachusetts for Wicked Cyclone. This is a great RMC hybrid that did not blow my mind at first. When I rode it in the back row, though, it definitely did blow my mind, and it was really fun. So it doesn't hold strong in the front, but if you definitely ride back row, prepare for a wild ride, which is incredible. It's got lots of twists, lots of airtime. It is awesome. And just missing my top 10, number 11, we go over to Ohio for Millennium Force. Millennium Force is a great roller coaster, very fast, lots of bank turns, gray out on one of them actually, which is really fun, and has some decent airtime. This is just overall really fun. It's got lots of good speed, and that's what, in my opinion, holds itself up, is the speed of this ride, which is fun. And may I just say, you get a lot of great views when you're at the top of this roller coaster. It's really cool. This thing really feels taller than it actually is. Alrighty, here we go. Top 10. Number 10 is Phantom's Revenge at Kennywood. This is a great roller coaster that definitely uses the terrain to its advantage, with the second drop being a lot larger than the first. The first turn, actually, after the second drop, you get some nice, intense moments with a little bit of gray out moments, actually, and the airtime is fantastic. I mean, the restraints are hardly even touching you. It is that insane. This roller coaster is so fun. Alrighty, number 9 is also at Cedar Point. This is Maverick. What an intense roller coaster. This thing stays low to the ground with lots of twistiness and some great airtime moments. There was one time where the first half I was just seeing stars. It is that crazy. And the airtime is fantastic. That launch catches you off guard if you're not paying attention. It is just flat out fun, and I love the banks towards the end. This ride is just so incredible. And man, the detail on this ride is awesome too. Alrighty, number 8, we have down in Florida at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay, we have Kumba. This is one of my favorite B&M sit-down coasters. Just in general, B&M coasters, I wish could be like this one when they go upside down. This thing is just flat out intense. The transitions are quick and fast, and they just fly through everything. And even after the mid-course brake run, where a lot of trims hit, you're still flying through the course, and it is insane. Whenever you get a chance, go ride this roller coaster because it is fantastic. Also, a coaster down in Florida at number 7, Mako. My favorite B&M Hyper. This thing is flat out fantastic. The airtime on this thing is beautiful. Lots of ejector all over the place. It is incredible. And towards the end, when you get lights, lots of banks, feel a lot of hang time to it. And the theming on this is fantastic. SeaWorld and B&M both did a fantastic job with this ride. Alrighty, just barely missing my top 5. Number 6 is also in Kentucky. We have Storm Chaser, my favorite RMC steel roller coaster slash hybrid. This is a fantastic roller coaster. Lots of speed, lots of intensity. This thing is relentless. It is so cool. Oh my gosh. It is fantastic. I was blown away with how fast and intense this roller coaster is. It is that awesome. Alrighty, here we go. My top 5. Number 5 in Pennsylvania is Sky Rush at Hershey Park. Holy cow, this ride is awesome. The restraints do not bother me at all. The airtime is fantastic. The transitions are fast. They are intense. It literally is like a mini Intimidator 305, and I adore this ride so much. It is incredible, and it's just flat out a fun roller coaster. Alrighty, number 4. We go out west to Utah for Cannibal. Oh my gosh. This roller coaster is so awesome. The drop on this thing is the best drop ever for me. I love it so much. It's the steepest drop in America at 116 degrees. At 205 feet in the air. Oh my gosh, this thing is insane. You have some great inversions, especially the Lagoon Roll. There's so much hang time. And the fact that all you have is a lap bar. That's all you have. And it is incredible. And the detail on this ride is so cool. All the little structures that they have around are fantastic. And man, oh, this is such a great roller coaster. And the fact that this was made in-house, too, is even more incredible. Alrighty, number 3. Here we go, my top 3. Number 3, in the Carolinas, we have Fury 325. What a fantastic B&M roller coaster. This thing is just straight out fast, got great banks, and the airtime towards the end is fantastic. My favorite part of the ride is the treble clef, where you get some great airtime while you're 90 degrees. It is incredible, and I love this ride so much. Here we go, number 2, all the way in Massachusetts. Brand new, right off the bat, Superman the Ride. It's been a long time since I've had a roller coaster blow my mind this much. It is awesome. The airtime on this thing is nuts. It is so cool, and the second half of this ride is just fantastic. And like I said, with Sky Rush, the same goes for this one. The restraints do not bug me. However, I can see why people will not like the restraints on this. But the restraints did not bug me on this, and I had a flat-out fantastic ride on this. I only got to ride it once at front row, and it was amazing. Alrighty, if you've been a fan of my channel for a long time and you've known me for so long, you already know what my number 1 steel coaster is, because it's been like that ever since I rode it for the first time back in 2013. It still is to this day my number 1 steel roller coaster. Located at Kings Dominion, we have Intimidator 305, one of the most intense roller coasters to be ever made. It is incredible. It really, truly lives up to intense. This thing is flat out insane. I actually one day got to ride it 16 times in a row, and man, I had to actually relax afterwards because it was just so intense. I mean, the fact that you gray out on the first turn because you're experiencing 3 Gs for so long, it is insane. The airtime is nuts. The banking on this is nuts. Everything about this is just insane, and I still get the same reaction that I do when I got off it the first time, just jaw-dropping adrenaline. And that's just why I love this coaster so much, the adrenaline. It is fantastic. Alrighty guys, that is my 15 favorite steel roller coasters that I have been on. Yes, this list has dramatically changed from last year's, and I want to know, what are your 15 favorite steel roller coasters? Leave them down in the comments below, and like I said, a lot of people are going to agree or disagree with my list, because these are my favorites. These are just personally my favorite coasters that I've been on. They could either be the best or whatever. I mean, you guys are going to have your own opinions on this. And I'd like to know, what are your opinions on what are your favorite 15? I would love to know. I'm curious to find out what my fans think of their 15 favorite coasters. So, that will do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, roller coaster fanatics, keep coasting.